Welcome to the Bunched Arrowhead Preserve virtual field tour. This is the Wetland Treasures program 5th year anniversary of celebrating wetlands across North Carolina and South Carolina. We enthusiastically present to you highlights of the Bunched Arrowhead Preserve with a virtual tour. We have arrived at 186 Macaulay Road in Travelers Rest in upstate South Carolina. Access to the site is simple. Parking is ample and an easy 1.25-mile loop is available to those who enjoy the great outdoors. What makes this place so unique, you ask? Well, the uncommon Piedmont seepage forests are found at the base of slopes or gently sloping hillsides. Here at the 178-acre Bunched Arrowhead Preserve, the South Carolina Heritage Trust has placed these lands in preservation to protect these Piedmont seepage forests and their associated rare plants. The overall preserve is home to a variety of habitats that include grassy shrubby fields, upland pine hardwoods, and bottomland hardwood forest. The Piedmont seepage forest and bottomland forest border the portion of the Inouye watershed in the Broad River Basin. As the name of the preserve states, the rare plant bunched arrowhead is found here. The bunched arrowhead is one of the rarest plants in the Carolinas, perhaps the world. It exists in a rare ecosystem, the Piedmont seepage forest, and has been found only in 2 counties, Greenville County in South Carolina and Henderson County in North Carolina. It is dependent upon a habitat made up of clean, shallow, slow-moving seepage wetlands. Unfortunately, many of these seepage forests have been drained and damaged, as the rolling hills where they originate have historically been utilized as farms, horse pastures, and recently leveled for developments. The bunched arrowhead thrives and only grows in this ecosystem and is an umbrella species for a myriad of plants, amphibians, reptiles, and mammals who depend on these wetlands. It is federally listed as endangered, and the principal strategy for its survival, as determined by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife, is protection of existing populations and their habitat. Unfortunately, these plants and their principal populations are now in the heart of a real estate boom outside the bustling town of Travelers Rest along Tigerville Road. Other noteworthy plant species that occur at the preserve are the federally threatened dwarf-flowered heartleaf plant and the climbing fern. The wetland overstory is a mixed oak-pine forest, and the mid-story understory is made up of dog hobble, smilax or greenbrier, holly, and a mix of different types of ferns. This word cloud represents 153 bird species that have been documented at the preserve since the 1900s. Some of the common wetland birds found within the bottomland forest and seepage forest on site include the Louisiana water thrush, the northern water thrush, and the prothonotary warbler. In addition to that list of birds and federally listed plant species we've already talked about, the property also contributes habitat to at least 96 wildlife species of greatest conservation need as listed in the 2015 South Carolina State Wildlife Action Plan. This figure includes 60 birds, 15 herps, 8 mammals, and 13 fish species. Other important plants that have been recorded in the vicinity of the project are shortleaf sneezeweed and stiff dogwood. Management of the Bunched Arrowhead Preserve includes mowing, burning on a semi-annual basis, and chemical treatment of undesired woody species in the field, mostly sweet gums, and manual treatment within the wetland to pull out invasives. privet is the main culprit here. Frank Holloman and Max Stone are with Natural Land Trust and have preserved this tract and others in the area. Many properties that they have purchased have been transferred to DNR ownership, and some remain in the ownership of Natural Land Trust. In the words of Austin Pickhart, the Heritage Preserve manager, Frank and Mac are great, passionate people who have worked tirelessly to protect Bunched Arrowhead and its associated wetlands. Thank you to the contributors, and I hope you have enjoyed this virtual tour. We hope to see you in the fall for an in-person tour. Please check out this fact sheet. It can be downloaded at carolinawetlands.org.